this station. And Subhuti said to the Lord, "How inexhaustible, O Lord, is perfect wisdom." The Lord, "This cannot become extinct, since, like space, this cannot be extinguished, just as all dharmas are not produced, can this not be exhausted?" Subhuti, "How does a bodhisattva consummate this perfection of wisdom?" The Lord, "Through non-extinction of form, feeling, perceptions, impulses, and consciousness. Through non-extinction of ignorance, of karma formations, of name and form, of the 6 sense fields, of contact, of craving, of grasping and attachments, of becoming, of birth, of decay and death, of grief, lamentation, pain, sadness, and despair. In this manner the Bodhisattva surveys conditioned coproduction in such a way as one avoids any duality of the extremes. One surveys it without seeing any beginning, end or middle. To survey conditioned coproduction, one acquires cognition of all-knowing. Here is non-acceptance and so, non-rejection, non-attachment and so, non-detachment. For a bodhisattva which, while coursing in perfect wisdom through this consummation of non-extinction, and surveying conditioned coproduction, cannot stand on the level of Sravaka, disciple, or Pratyekabuddha, but must stand in all knowledge. Some bodhisattvas turn away from supreme enlightenment, as, due to not having resorted to these mental activities which aspire to and result in consummation of non-extinction and to skill in means, these do not know how a bodhisattva coursing in perfect wisdom consummates perfect wisdom through the consummation of non-extinction, nor how conditioned coproduction is surveyed in this perfection of wisdom through consummation of non-extinction. Any bodhisattvas at any time turning away from full enlightenment do so as these do not resort to skill in means. Any bodhisattvas at any time not turning away from full enlightenment do so due to this perfection of wisdom. In this way a bodhisattva which courses in perfection of wisdom consummates perfect wisdom through consummation of non-extinction. A bodhisattva which thus surveys conditioned coproduction does certainly not review any dharma as is being produced without a cause, nor does one review any dharmas as permanent, stable, eternal, not liable to reversal, nor does one review any dharmas as a doer or a feeler. This is the surveying of conditioned coproduction on the part of a bodhisattva, which consummates this perfection of wisdom through the consummation of non-extinction, and which courses in this perfection of wisdom. At the time a bodhisattva, consummating the perfection of wisdom through the consummation of non-extinction, surveys conditioned coproduction, at this time one does not review form as a real separate entity, nor feelings, perceptions, impulses or consciousness, nor ignorance, karma formations, etc., to decay and death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, sadness, and despair. Nor does one review any fact this is my Buddha field as real, nor the fact that is another Buddha field, nor does one review as real any dharma by which one distinguishes between this and other Buddha fields. This, Subhuti, is the perfection of wisdom of the Bodhisattvas, the great beings. Advantages derived from perfect wisdom. As a Bodhisattva courses in perfect wisdom, what is thought of as, and therefore seen as Mara the evil one feels struck with the dart of great sorrow, just as a person does when one's mother or father have died. Subhuti, is this affliction confined to one Mara, or does it affect many Maras, or does it extend to all the Maras in the great Pratyekabuddha? The Lord, at any time as Bodhisattvas dwell in the dwelling of perfect wisdom all the Maras in the great Pratyekabuddha are thought of as feeling struck with the dart of great sorrow, and these cannot sit still on their respective thrones. For all these worlds, with these gods, beings and asuras, cannot gain entry to a bodhisattva which dwells within this dwelling of perfect wisdom, so can these not gain a foothold which would allow this taking possession of, this hurting, or this turning one away from full enlightenment. So now, Subhuti, a bodhisattva which aspires to reveal and realize full enlightenment of self and others as already in place, courses in perfect wisdom. In a bodhisattva coursing in perfect wisdom the perfection of giving arrives at its most perfect development, and so do perfections of morality, patience, vigor, and concentration. In such a one all 6 perfections arrive at the most perfect development, and also all varieties of skill in means. Whatever is thought of as, or seen as deeds of Mara arising in a Bodhisattva coursing in perfect wisdom, such a one naturally knows these as these are taking place, and one gets rid of these again. A Bodhisattva aspiring to acquire all the varieties of skill in means courses in perfect wisdom, and develops this. At any time in which a Bodhisattva courses in perfect wisdom, and continuously aspires for this, one brings to mind not only the Buddhas and Lords residing in countless world systems, but also all knowledge which comes forth from perfection of wisdom. One now produces the thought, I also aspire to reach dharmas which these Buddhas and Lords reach. For a day, or even down to the time taken up by a finger snap, a Bodhisattva which courses in perfect wisdom raises such thoughts and aspires to these. But a Bodhisattva which even for one day, or even for the duration of a finger snap, aspires for this perfection of wisdom begets different merit, indeed receives winds other than a Bodhisattva which leans on a basis, and for countless eons gives gifts. Such a Bodhisattva stands in irreversibility as one's winds carry one through to revelations of non-extinction and nothing as such to become extinct, timelessness, and this realization which is born through any and all reality limits, even unto this Dharmakaya as pure and undifferentiated awareness, the same as space. One such as this speaks of this as if it were indeed such a finger snap, for this has no beginning and in no time is beyond even any duration. A Bodhisattva coursing in perfect wisdom and which, even for a day, or even for the duration of a finger snap, raises such thoughts, is, we know, brought to mind by Tathagatas. How much more so one who daily pursues such thoughts? What future destiny can one expect a Bodhisattva to have which Tathagatas have brought to mind? No other destiny except full enlightenment can one expect of these. One such as this cannot possibly be reborn in the states of woe. One can expect such a one to be reborn in these heavens, and even here one is not without the Tathagatas, and here one comes to mature beings. These are the qualities and advantages of a Bodhisattva coursing in perfection of wisdom, and aspiring for perfect wisdom, and raising such thoughts, even for the length of a finger snap. How much greater is the advantage of one who pursues such thoughts daily, as for instance Bodhisattva Gandhahastin who just now leads this holy life in the presence of Tathagata Akshobhya. End chapter 28.